68% of y'all want to be vampires? 68% of y'all want to be vampires? What is happening? What is going on? 68%. Oh, 67% now. Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Actually, it's 11:50 on the East Coast. So it's still good morning for everybody in the United States. To everybody not in the United States, happy whatever time of day it is for you. Oh, mercy. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. As an MTG lover, new set reveals are some of the coolest times. I'm very excited about this. I love seeing the new stuff. I love seeing everyone's takes on it. New commander cards right from the outset. Oh, baby. I can't believe 66% of y'all want to be vampires if given the choice. Actually, you know, eternal life, that's not bad. I see a lot of people talking about it. It really does depend on what kind of vampire, right? Like, are we going to be monsters? We're going to be monsters like from Blade 2? Arguably the coolest monster vampires? Or are we going to be like sophisticated aristocrat vampires? Or are we going to be daywalkers like Blade? Are we going to be halvesies? Man, it's good to see everybody. Jake does all the foil questing. I never stream anymore. Twilight glitter. I don't know why I read Twitter glitter when I read that. That's funny. It is a good morning to look at some vampire stuff. This is the kind of hype music we need right now. Noise warning. I'm going to turn this up for a second. All right. We're getting hyped. We're getting hyped. Jake is on his way soon. My co-host for today is not Ragavan. Although Ragavan will be helping us. Hanging out. Jake is walking the dog and then we'll be here. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a grand old time. We've got a nice little thing going here in the opening credits. 6 minutes. I don't know. Martin, Costa Rica, what's up? How you doing? Jake is technically a furry ape, man, and I think he would agree with that. Oh, yeah, the underworld werewolves versus the vampires from Blade 2. That'd be cool. I saw somebody tweet yesterday about how we need more of those movies where they mash up two things, like Freddy vs. Jason. You know, super schlocky, super just kind of like dorky, but fun. Could be fun. I think Jake's gonna have on a few more clothes than Ragavan, considering Ragavan's only wearing glasses. This is the first time I've streamed from this location, huh? This is, as you can see, I'm in a fancy library. I'm streaming from the Library of Congress today. It's coffee time. It's vampire time. TA says they're really keeping it tight. The spoiler page is a wasteland. Nothing until reveal. Yeah, that's a nice change of pace, right? I remember 2 years ago, a year ago, even up to a year ago, it was just like every single time, everything would always get leaked somehow. Some full sheet would pop up at a Walgreens or something. Y'all remember when the Theros booster showed up at Walgreens early? That was a weird one. Full sheets leaking, I can understand, but like a booster pack showing up in a Walgreens? What the hell? Oh yeah, the massive Ixalan leak? Absolutely I do. And then we cover the leaks. And then we get yelled at for covering the leaks. But there's information in there, in the leaks, when they happen, that can affect card prices and card movement. And so you have to be aware, right? It doesn't do any good to just hide your head in the sand. I would rather experience it the first time I open a booster pack. That's fine. That's cool. Just don't yell at me for caring about leaks and information. Anyway. Yeah, I would say the new Phyrexia one is the most egregious. But that's essentially like them going... That one was essentially like them going, oh my god, we recorded all of our development meetings for new Phyrexia. And, oh my god, we posted them all to the internet. Whoopsie daisy. Mark Rosewater accidentally uploading like his hard drive or something. Yeah, Grixis, like I said, I understand it completely. I get it. But I choose to engage. Card am I hoping for? What card would you like them to make or reprint? Well, the obvious choice is the Edgar Markov commander card with Eminence. But that's not going to be a standard legal card, so it's going to need to be in some sort of inside the set. We would need some sort of Inception set a la Mystical Archive, something like that. That would be pretty cool. Jake and I suggested that could be a good way to get some of these higher value reprints in. But past that, like I said, I really want a like showcase blood artist. And there'd be a blood artist at a wedding, right? That makes sense. Yeah, Edgar C17. It'd be tough. It'd be tough because... Yeah, I mean, Eminence just can't go on a standard legal card. Period. Zaki said a woo, and honestly, that is a good point. I do hope we see some more werewolves in this set. Awesome. Walter, catch you later. Walter listening in the future. Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, but those judge promos don't really... That's a good point. I mean, it's not a bad point. That the judge promo probably at least hints that that's not something that they want to reprint anytime soon. But it is time to begin, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put this up. Let's do it. I'm gonna swap over. Y'all tell me if the audio is good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first look at Crimson Vow, the new set from Magic the Gathering. Now, I'm a little new to Magic, but this is definitely the set that I'm the most excited about. So I got this save the date from Olivia, which suggests to me that there is a wedding in the near future.
Did someone say wedding?
Oh my goodness, look who it is! Becca Scott. So yes, the centerpiece of Crimson Vow is this huge, extravagant vampire wedding.
And of course you got invited because you're one of my all-time favorite vampires.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Better?
That's so funny.
Yeah, well, do you think that maybe you could bring me, like, as your +1?
Oh.
I mean, unless it's kind of a drag to have a human as your wing woman.
No, well, that didn't matter because it was just a role that I played. I'm not really a vampire.
Oh, say no more.
Yeah, Deborah's
I get it.
great.
You can't say, well,
She was great in
You're
Daredevil, too. Go watch Daredevil if you haven't seen it.
After you know what? Doesn't matter. We're getting way off track here. So as I was saying, we are going to learn all about the vampire wedding of the century from all of the creators at Wizards of the Coast who helped make the big day possible. So join us. You ready, co-host?
Yeah, a human co-host. Oh, sorry, is that weird? I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Wait, have you heard from Jimmy? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, I heard he got eaten by a werewolf.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
So, as I was saying,
Yeah,
we have some
Anime, I'm with
special
you.
guests with
It's
us to
cheesy,
help
it's
us
fine.
prepare for the big day, just like Taylor Ingverson, senior art director.
Thanks so much for joining us here. It's so exciting.
Yeah, thanks so much for inviting us in, because some of us might not have been able to get through the door without that.
I think what Becca is trying to say is that we're so excited to be here as well. Now, Taylor, you led the art direction on the last set, Midnight Hunt. So get us caught up. Where did we leave things in Innistrad at the end of Midnight Hunt, and how does that bring us into Crimson Vow?
Travis,
For
you're
the
telling me
background of
you
what's going
thought
on,
Daredevil
there's
was
a lot.
bad?
So,
Netflix
at the
Daredevil?
end of
The
Midnight
series?
Hunt, there was a disaster at the Harvesttide Festival, so it was set up to do this ultimate ritual
I don't agree.
to fix the day-night cycle put on by Catilda and her coven of Downheart witches. But it was foiled by a vicious pack of werewolves led by Tovalar. But it's okay, he got taken care of, which is
Thank you,
sweet.
Angel.
But if that wasn't enough, Olivia swooped in at the very end, pushed Catilda aside, and stole the Moonsilver Key, which was a vital part of the ritual to fix the day-night cycle.
All while wedding planning.
I know. How do you manage that? Very true. Well, so then with the ritual unfinished, what does that mean for Innistrad?
Right, so that just means that the entire
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
is now set into a realm of perpetual darkness, which is extra bad if you're a human, but kind of fun if you're a monster, because now it's party time. So, but just because it's super dark doesn't mean that it can't look pretty, just like these new dual bands.
Ooh, oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're rounding up the cycle we started back in Midnight Hunt.
Right.
And just like those lands from Midnight Hunt, these will also be getting the borderless treatment.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so there's your
I
rare
wouldn't
lands.
mind attending a Deathcap Glade. It sounds unpleasant, but it looks lovely.
No, it's so beautiful and atmospheric. So then with the werewolves scattered around and the humans struggling, it sounds like the perfect opportunity, as you said, for vampires to just swoop in and take over.
So it's actually funny that you bring that up because that's exactly what's going on. Olivia is taking full advantage of this situation, and throughout Crimson Vow, the story actually opens up with bats fluttering all over the plane, delivering awesome-looking invitations to the event of the age, Olivia Voldaren's wedding.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yes, I mean, it is a special occasion when you're immortal.
Look how happy they are.
So there will be vampires traveling from all across the plane to attend this event. The Voldarens, the Markovs, the Falconwraths, and the Stromkirks showing up for this.
Well, now, you said that it's Olivia's wedding, but I don't think you actually mentioned who she is that she's marrying.
Oh yeah, so the lucky guy
We know this.
is none other than Edgar Markov himself. So it's really, really exciting for him. He's the progenitor of all
Edgar
vampires on
Charmed
Innistrad, and
Groom.
He's also the grandfather of Soren Markov, our planeswalker
Yeah,
vampire.
I like that
One
name.
catch.
Interesting.
Charmed groom.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if I would have agreed with Olivia's choice. I'd maybe go for Soren, but if she's into granddads, that's her choice, yeah. Tell us more about Edgar.
So Edgar Markov is the progenitor of all vampires, like I mentioned before, and way long ago, he was trying to get rid of this famine that was running through Innistrad. So he turned to sort of the dark rituals, and he himself, through dark magic, became the first vampire on Innistrad, and also turned some others, which became the progenitors for all of the bloodlines of vampires on Innistrad.
Okay, so Olivia heads up the Voldarens, and if she marries Edgar, then she's gonna be the head of two major vampire families within the plane. I mean, that kind of makes her the de facto queen of all of Innistrad. Pretty cool.
Becca, are you trying to say that she has an ulterior motive here? I mean, like, the heart wants what the heart wants.
I would never imply that a vampire's playing politics. No.
But you're absolutely right. It's 100% what she's doing. It's a huge power play. And if she pulls this off, she will be the most powerful vampire on the entire plane.
Wow.
So how she goes about it is that Edgar has been sort of away in this long slumber, locked in his coffin, and he's a little bit weak. His powers have sort of waned. So Olivia walks in, wakes him up, gives him a little blood, and pops a question.
If only it were that easy for all of us, you know? Yeah.
Then she begins preparations for the big day. And since
Bride's
it's
gown.
her big day, thought it would be appropriate if we took a peek at her card next. Olivia.
Here we
Crimson
go.
Bride.
Oh my god. Well, she doesn't do anything halfway, does she? Oh my, what is going on with her veil? Are those like...
Oh, that was cool.
Spirits that are clinging to each other and to her, forming the train of her dress.
No.
So cool. And absolutely, like you said, she does nothing halfway. So
Super extra.
right. So this is the opportunity for her to show everyone on the plane that she is now the most powerful, the most dangerous, and the most beautiful vampire on Innistrad.
Dangerous is right. I mean, you keep enough big name vampires around, and anything she pulls out of the graveyard is gonna be sticking around for a while.
So Taylor, you've introduced us to the bride, you've introduced us to the groom. What else can you tell us about the festivities? Like, is there anything about the venue we should know?
Yeah, absolutely. So this big event will be held at the Valderan Estate, which is a massive and opulent mansion up in the deep mountains of Stencia, which, if you've been on Innistrad, is also just impossible to get to. There's winding trails and caverns. You can just fall off just trying to get there. So it was an incredible set piece to work on for this set. So like we'd mentioned before, in Midnight Hunt, we wanted to bring sort of like a warmer vibe to the festival for humans. In Crimson Vow, for the set piece of the Valderan Estate, we wanted a colder sort of place for party for monsters. So let's take a look at the card Valderan Estate.
Oh my god, the silhouette is so beautiful. Blood tokens.
Token artifact blood. Pay 1 generic mana, tap, discard a card, and sacrifice this artifact to draw a card.
Whoa.
That seems appropriately on theme. to
Yeah,
me.
nice little hors d'oeuvre, right? I mean, definitely not fit for consumption for humans like us.
So earlier you brought up Soren, Edgar's grandson. So how does he play into all of this?
Soren is sort of the black sheep of the vampires, and he's kind of got them all grumpy because long ago he created Abyssin, who defended the humans against his own kind. And this is sort of another way that Olivia's kind of just holding and looming that grudge over Soren. So you can even see in her dress when you look at it, she's even walking around with one of his and the Markov's gems built into her dress. So it's almost like she's already walking around with the family heirlooms.
Ouch.
So as for how Soren's taking this, I think we could just take a peek at his card for how he's feeling about it. And that is Soren the Mirthless.
Yeah, Soren the Mirthless. Yeah, that about answers that. I guess he is
Whoa.
not there for a good time.
I
Look at
mean,
sexy
at least
Soren
he's
there on the
dressed
left.
for the occasion, though, because I gotta say, I'm a big fan of how he's rocking this ruffle thing.
Right, yeah. Usually he's dressed a bit more for battle, ready for a fight. And this time he's kind of intentionally dressing down for the occasion a little bit. He's there, but that's about it.
So earlier you mentioned that this is invite only, security's very tight. So is there a reason for that? Is Olivia expecting party crashers?
So security is super tight, so tight in fact that they put up a ward over the entire Valderan Estate. So if you don't have an invite and you come in, you might foof. But I mean, you don't get to where Olivia is without generating a few enemies along the way. And one of those characters that might be coming to crash the party is Arlen Cord. And so we know she was in Midnight Hunt as our werewolf planeswalker, and she already called Teferi the Time Mage during Midnight Hunt to Innistrad to help out with the day-night cycle. But now she needs a little bit more help, a little bit more fists on, so she's calling on other planeswalkers like Kaya here.
Oh, yeah. She's got like that whole Van Helsing thing going on. I love it.
Bringing in the purple to break out this red.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Exactly, and her specialty is
She's
fighting
here.
ghosts and undead. So
She's
on
here, too.
Innistrad, you absolutely want Kaya in your corner.
Wow. So who else is on the team? Who else is Arlen bringing in?
Yeah, so we're also bringing in our favorite pyromancer, Chandra. Gotta have Chandra. So she's gonna look great for the ball, showing up there in that dress.
I love
Chandra dressed to
Yeah, what else is
kill.
she bringing to the party besides these like cool flame accents?
I know.
I
Yeah,
love it.
look at
Absolutely. So if you know
Amazing.
anything about Chandra, she's a lot more sort of speak now rather than forever hold your peace. So I think she'll find herself pretty busy at this event. But there's also too, like, even though sort of looking away from the event at the moment, it does not mean that humanity is not without its defenders. So we've got Thalia to look at. So why don't we take a peek at Thalia's
Thalia.
card?
Ooh, creepy.
So and
Reprint?
just like in Midnight Hunt, this will also come in an Eternal Night frame.
Whoa.
Yes, the black and white. The mood is set. This is a reprint, right?
Yeah, absolutely, but with some new spicy artwork.
I mean, I really love this. I love how you can't actually see the zombies, but they're in the window behind her or down in these shadows.
That's
so cool.
So that's a nod back to
That's
things
cool.
didn't go so well for her hometown of Thraben in the last time we were at Innistrad. So we wanted to really show that she's still running through the halls of Thraben, fighting the good fight and cleaning up the streets of all sorts of nasty ghouls and zombies.
Well, Taylor, thank you so much for catching us up. It sounds like even with these surprise guests you mentioned, Olivia's got things pretty under control. This wedding's gonna be all smooth sailing, right?
Absolutely. And I think if you want more, you're gonna have to stay tuned for the Crimson Vow web fiction coming soon.
Well, thank you so much, Taylor. If you don't mind, we're gonna go and learn a little bit more about the cards themselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor.
Decently cool stuff there.
Hi. Hi. And here we have Lauren Bond, one of the creative producers for Crimson Vow. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, Becca.
Hi, I'm her human plus one. Her plus one. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Right. So, Lauren, we have learned a lot about the event itself, the venue, the guest list. Is there anything that you can tell us about the cards once we start ripping open those packs?
Well, if you've already seen Valderan Estate, then you've had your first look at blood tokens. But let's look at something else that you can do with blood tokens besides just refreshing your hand.
Madness.
With Valderan Bloodcaster.
Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, Voldaran Bloodcaster transforms into Bloodbat Summoner.
Okay, so I get it. So
Beginning
on
of
top of using
combat
the
on your
blood tokens
turn,
for their own
to one
effect,
blood token you
we'll
control
also be
becomes a
seeing
bat
cards that use
with
them
flying
in
and
other ways
haste.
too.
Yeah, and even on their
Whoa.
own, blood tokens can do double duty because they draw you
That's
a
cool.
card, but they can
Okay.
also put stuff in the graveyard, which in Innistrad is always a good thing, right?
Exactly, like the Disturb mechanic from Midnight Hunt, which I'm happy to say is going to be coming back in Crimson Vow.
That's
You can
good.
check that out here on
That's a cool
Dorothea,
mechanic.
Vengeful Victim.
Dorothea, Vengeful Victim, transforms into
Attacks or
Dorothea's
blocks, sacrifice
Retribution.
it.
Ooh, okay, an enchantment with Disturb is a new one to me.
Since Disturb shows up on Spirits,
Whenever it attacks,
we
create a
realized there was
4/4 with
more
flying,
ways
tap,
we
and
could have
attacking.
them show up returning to haunt the battlefield that get a little bit
That
more
seems
abstracted out
pretty
there
good.
than just coming back as a creature. So the vampires may be taking center stage in this set, but we wanted to show the other monsters and
that looked
creatures
pretty
on
good.
Innistrad getting in on the
Yeah,
action.
it's Geist
we've
of
still got lots
Saint.
of werewolves and
Geist of
zombies
Saint
wreaking
Aura.
havoc.
We definitely do. I don't have a werewolf to show you today, but they are coming back for Crimson Vow, and they will be using that same day-bound, night-bound mechanic, just like we saw in Midnight Hunt.
Okay,
so
that's
if you're
good.
looking to fill out your werewolf commander deck,
Yes.
you're going to be in good shape. As for the
Perfect.
zombies, they're coming back with a little bit of an older mechanic called Exploit, which you can see here on Overcharged Amalgam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
That's a big charge on that boy.
Gosh.
We first saw Exploit back in the set Dragons of Tarkir.
A
It lets you
3/3 flash
sacrifice a
flyer that
creature
counters
when
a
this creature
spell,
enters the battlefield to gain some
ability
additional
or
benefits.
triggered.
Very cool. Okay, so you've got some creatures sitting around, maybe not pulling their weight. You can flash this zombie horror in, and
Oh,
then
God.
you get the bonus of an additional counter. That's pretty awesome.
Oh
Exactly.
God.
And talking about cutting dead weight, that brings us to Cleave, which is a new mechanic that we'll be seeing on instants and sorceries in Crimson Vow, like this one here, Dig Up.
Cleave. You may cast this spell for its cleave cost. If you do, remove the words in square brackets.
Wow, so I've actually
Whoa.
I'm new and I haven't actually seen anything like this
What?
before. So I think I get this. If I spend the cleave cost, then I read everything except the words in brackets. So that is
What?
search your library for a
That's-
card any card and put it in your hand, then shuffle. That's right.
Interesting. So it's like
crazy how you can just
overload,
take out a
except
couple words and completely
take the words out.
change the meaning of the card. That
Whoa.
gives it so much versatility. I mean, it's almost like a second card within the card.
Okay, so we've covered monsters. What about the humans? What are they
which
up
is a
to?
huge thing they're doing with
Well,
Arena.
After how badly
That's a
things went
cool
for
idea.
them for the Harvesttide Festival,
Cleave,
they're kind of
A+.
looking for some ways to build themselves back up, which you can see in the training mechanic here on Savior of Allenbach.
Training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
Oh, interesting. Backwards
So,
mentor.
when they're in training, they're attacking with a stronger, maybe more experienced creature. And it looks like they do a little on-the-job learning and sometimes get an extra bonus for
Exile
that.
up to one
Right,
target
so
creature from the
on top of
battlefield or
getting
creature
that
card from a
+1/+1
graveyard.
counters from the training,
It leaves-
you'll also see
put
some
the
creatures
exiled
like
onto the
Savior
battlefield.
of Allenbach that have a trigger whenever they train.
And exile is pretty powerful in this set.
Wow. Okay, so we've looked at the set's mechanics. What about visuals? I mean, Olivia seems like the type who's pretty particular about her wardrobe, so what are we expecting from Crimson Vow's legendary vampires?
We really wanted the vampires to take center stage here, so they're getting our new Showcase Fang treatment. We can see how that looks on
Zachy, that's
Olivia,
exactly
Crimson
what I
Bride.
was thinking, dude.
I mean, she looks fantastic, if
Here we
I
go.
may say. How did that all come together?
This time around, we didn't really aim for like a particular art style, so much as trying to execute on the coolest possible version of vampires, and that led us to a lot of curved and pointed shapes.
Look at that
inspired by
ability on
fangs,
Olivia.
Bat wings, gothic architecture.
Okay, I know it's Olivia's big day, but are there any other A-list vampires that got this fang treatment?
Absolutely. Here, let's take a look at Sorin the Mirthless. So one of the amazing things about the showcase treatment
Anime
is it
Sorin.
lets us step a little bit outside of our usual magic style. And on that note, Sorin might look a little bit familiar to some video game fans out there. The artist is Ayami Kojima, who is bringing her unique visual style to Magic for the first time.
That's
That is a
cool.
huge get.
Like I said, we knew we wanted to do the coolest, most aesthetically pleasing
Far
version
left
of
Sorin.
vampires.
I don't want to force anyone to tear their eyes away from this breathtaking, aesthetically pleasing vampire art, but Lauren, I understand that maybe you brought some commander previews with you?
Yes, Crimson Vow will have 2 commander decks. One that is going to be focused on vampires, which you probably guessed, and another that's focused on spirits. They are headed up by Streffen, Mar Progenitor,
Spirits, I
and
called it.
Millicent, Restless Revenant.
That cost
Called it.
reduction ability on Millicent means that once you've got enough spirits, she's never going to be staying in the command zone for very long.
And it looks like Streffen's got yet another way to use the blood tokens.
Look, you don't have to sell me on blood. I'm sure it's a very versatile ingredient.
Is there something I...
Nope, it's nothing really. Is there
We
anything
are going to
else?
go back and
Yes, well,
go
you'll
through
be
all these
able to
cards and
find
discuss them, so
commander-focused cards in the set and
let's finish
collector
watching this
boosters as
and
well.
before I
Like
go
this
start
card,
pausing.
Wedding Ring.
Nah, that seems like a card that's built for multiplayer if ever I saw
when it
one.
ETBs, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card, you draw a card.
The right idea. I mean, that's gonna make some
I didn't read the
interesting
rest,
political
but that
plays.
was cool.
Thank you so much, Lauren. This all
You
looks
can marry one
incredible.
of your opponents.
So Becca and I
Aw.
need to get inside in time for the big ceremony. Shall we all head back to Taylor so you can see us off?
Of course. Let's do it.
So that means no Edgar reprint in the
Well,
commander
everyone,
deck.
it sounds like our preparations for the wedding of the century are almost complete. Are you excited, Becca?
Yeah, how could I not be, Deb? I mean, there's so many fun creative flourishes that really give this that classic horror vibe.
Well, if you're a fan of classic horror, we've got 2 last things to show you that I think you'll be pretty excited about. First off, where would the vampire set be without the progenitor of every pop culture vampire, Count Dracula himself?
No. Oh my god, what a unique take. I love it.
So for these, we went back and drew from the literary Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Even the flavor text is pulled from his original novel. And since we're pulling from the novel, it was a really fun
Godzilla
challenge
treatment.
to sort of stay true to those characters written in the descriptions, but bring our own flair to sort of bring them to life or unlife.
We specifically chose artists that we knew had done great work on vampires or kind of similar concepts in the past, and they really all came through for us. Each card is full art and borderless, and we didn't just limit ourselves to well-known iconic characters. You'll find lots of classic props and set pieces that the book established as part of the kind of bigger vampire lore. We wanted these to be exciting not just for Magic players, but for fans of the rich history of vampires and the surrounding fiction.
So draft, set, and collector booster boxes all come with a foil Dracula series box topper. And if you buy a box at select local game stores, you'll be able to get Castle Dracula as a buy a box promo.
I mean, what a great way to pay homage to one of the stories that inspired Innistrad in the first place, right? And I'm sure you're going to do right by
That
all the
land looked
horror
pretty good.
fans as well.
Do our best.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you said 2 surprises?
That's right.
Yes, we still need to tell you a little bit about Double Feature.
Ooh, yes. So Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow share a special relationship. So to commemorate that, we wanted to hit everyone with a double feature, which is basically taking cards from each Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow and monster meshing them together into one single unique draftable set.
Oh, that's really cool. So when you draft Double Feature, you're gonna have a chance to play with those synergies and combos that you wouldn't have with one alone. Like, I'm thinking you could use zombies with Decayed to maybe turn on your exploit cards.
The other thing you'll notice pretty quickly is that the cards have been given a special high contrast treatment. So each card has been individually adjusted to look great in black and white, and our usual rainbow foil has been swapped out for what we call silver screen foils for a more cinematic monochrome effect.
Yo,
I love
Fist
it.
of the
And that
Angels
black and
looks
white, it
good.
just pops out of the frames. It's beautiful.
Double Feature is also the only place that you'll find this card treatment. So if you're looking to pick them up, you'll want to keep an eye out for when they hit shelves in January of 2022.
Well, everyone, it looks like they've pulled out all the stops to make this a vampire wedding to remember. So previews for Innistrad Crimson Vow are starting now. Be sure to follow along.
That's right. And you can check out the release on Arena and Magic Online. That's going to be on 11/11. Pre-releases are going to be 11/12 to 11/18. And then you can find your physical release on 11/19. And you might want to keep your eyes peeled for a special Crimson Vow trailer. Also dropping on the 11th. That's the same day as the Arena and Magic Online release.
Crimson Vow
Well,
set
thank
trailer.
you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Hey, wait, what do you want to do tonight? Because I was thinking maybe we could stay up all night and then we could just make sure we're inside when the sun comes up.
Becca, for the last time, I'm not a vampire.
Okay, I'll drop it.
Sorry.
Oh my god, she was a vampire. Huge twist. Secrets at the end? No secrets at the end. I think we have no more secrets at the end. Okay, Gavin, we're going to catch you later because we have got some stuff to catch up on here. Oh man, we'll come back to that. That's pretty cool though. Cleave. Cleave is a pretty cool mechanic. Not going to lie. Oh man, lots to unpack here. Let's check this out. Yeah, I think there are so many versions of that new soaring card. That's hilarious. All right, let's zip past all this. I'm just doing a little scrubbing here, y'all. We're gonna skip past, unless y'all want to rewatch that again. Did y'all want to check all that out again? Okay, so we knew that we've got our... This is our land cycle. We kind of knew that this was going to be a thing, right? We assumed correctly that... I'm looking for a zoom out. Here we go. That's what I wanted to see right there. So we've got our cycle completion. On the enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Jake's here. Give me a second. Jake, are you there?
Yes. How's it going?
I can hear your voice. I can't see you.
Okay, let me fix this.
We're going to get this set up. We're going to get Jake on here.
Oh, there we go. It's like, what? Why is that not working?
All right. Can everybody hear Jake? Okay, Jake, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. How's it going?
Good.
They always, I live on the West Coast, everybody, and so... Oh, I'm getting a killer delay here. Oh, I need to mute the stream. That's what it is. My bad. So,
Hang on just a second, Jake. I'm trying to...
oh, no sound. Can you hear me any better? Louder on Jake? Jake too quiet?
Yeah, I know Jake is quiet, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out right now.
This is a test. This is a test. This is only a test.
Well, we can do this. For some reason, I'm unable to split sound and music right now. I've had to reset my setup a couple of times, y'all. I've moved a bunch of times this year. And we didn't do any troubleshooting on this yet, so I'm trying to do that live here.
All right, well, I'll just talk. I'll just say stuff.
Yeah, we
until
can
chat
hear you
me
now.
and-
Well, they can hear you now perfectly. I just adjusted it
Oh,
down.
they can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Be not very, very quiet, Jake. Just turn him up in Discord, says Jesse M.
No, it wasn't that. But I do appreciate the assistance. You should be able to hear him now. Jake, let me share my screen to you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I had to walk the doggo this morning, and I woke up at 8:15, and it took a minute for her to do her business, and so now here we are.
Well,
That's all right. They start these things very I don't know. I guess 9 a.m. is fine.
let's hear the complaint about 9 a.m.
And it's kind of annoying. I did work late last night, so, but it's fine. All right, so this is the part of the stream where you catch me up on. I guess it's already over, right?
Yep.
It ended.
Yep, it is
Okay,
over
great.
now. For some-
It sucks that I don't get to miss. I don't get to see all of their fantastic.
I'm getting a real bad delay.
Like the thought-provoking conversation. I'm probably gonna miss, but we could see the cards here.
We can do the special after party reaction time. I'm just trying to find these lands. All right, I had to reload their video because they moved it out of there. Here we go. And we have the lands. Trying to scrub through right now. There's probably a lot of people trying to scrub through right now.
That's fine.
Our big first thing, Jake, is that we got the rest of that land cycle completed. From
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, this is the
Those are
post
good.
show. Everybody, you can hear
post
Jake,
show.
right? You can see my screen, you can hear me, you can hear Jake. Here we go. Dual land cycle completion. Deathcap Glade, Dreamroot Cascade, Coast, Pass, and Sanctum. I think Jake and I feel the
Okay,
same way
yep,
about these
medium on all
cards.
those.
Yeah, we're still medium on these. They're fine.
Whatever.
These are absolutely not applicable in Commander to me. No, they're
I mean,
very
you could
sorry.
use them in-
These in Commander are kick-ass. These are harder to play in Standard. Excuse me. Flip that around.
Yeah, I
So
like them less in standard constructive formats, but you can pretty much play around this, but the turn where you get this as your, you get 2 of these in your opening hand and you have a couple 1-drops, you're going to be kind of bummed out.
yeah, for sure. It's like playing with tap lands at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't like them.
So we found out, Jake, that
Yeah.
we know that Soren is going to be the husband. We already kind of knew that. Look at this art. For some reason, we've got this set where Olivia is going to marry this old man that just woke up out of his coffin.
Oh, I like his finger scratchers.
Yeah, he's got good finger scratchers on. He's got his gauntlet spikes.
He's very spiky.
Yeah,
Very spiky.
He's all.
What
He is
sucks
all
about this guy is he's always
spikes.
going in for the hug. He's a hugger,
Ugh,
and you're like, you're just, come on, man.
ugh.
It's just a little too close.
What did I say, Soren?
Likes to scratch your face down a little bit.
That's my bad. It's early. We got some.
That is Edgar.
This is Edgar, not Soren. Sorry. Edgar is our husband. This is the Edgar, the charmed groom.
I got it. So he's turned his life around. That's what I'm getting from his name. Is that
Well, they said
point, the
so basically this is all the whole set. They said the whole plot is that this is Olivia's like plot for power, that she's trying to take over, and so Edgar was asleep, and she woke him up and gave him some of her blood, and then was like,
okay,
now you got to marry
that
me.
Artifact, by the way, I saw the artifact that you can loot with. That's kind of cool.
The blood
The
token.
little token blood token. Yeah, it's interesting.
All right.
Okay, well, so we haven't seen a card for him, I guess.
No, we
can't
didn't see the
guess
card
what he
for
does by
Edgar.
the art.
No, yeah, we can't.
Okay.
No card for Edgar, but we did get a card for Olivia. Check this one out. A red, a black, a 4 for a 3/4 flying hasty Olivia, Crimson Bride. When she attacks, you return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains when you don't control a legendary vampire, exile this creature. So it's incredibly powerful, but you could ace Olivia even after the creature card has been returned and is tapped and is attacking and she's attacking. You could do it before combat damage goes through, and basically it's like nothing happened. But for 6 mana to have a flying hasty 3/4, you can use this ability immediately.
Yeah.
In Commander, go get that
loot. Thanks.
Go get
Right.
that, huge game ender creature.
Yeah, it's a little expensive to me at 6, but I'm sure that, if you're building it correctly, you're putting the right big stuff into the yard, then that's great. There's like fun combos where I like the idea of like throwing away like a Sepulchral Primordial, for example, and then you like get that massive ETB.
Yeah.
And then you can get, increasing degenerate cards. I mean, it seems fun. It's just it's pretty expensive. Maybe if you fill your deck with treasure, ways to get her out super early. That way you're using cards like, I'm trying to think of its application outside of standard, and I'm sure that some people are going to want to build with it in Commander. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice because it's basically unplayable if it didn't have haste. If it didn't have haste, this is pretty not great. Maybe if you make her like a 6/6 or something. If it doesn't have haste, but 4 is a good toughness. Don't really care about the power here because it's all in her ability. Art-wise, Jake, this is a train of souls. Look at this.
Jank says if the creature you get is legendary vampire, you are gold. I
Oh,
tend to agree here.
that's true. That's true. That's a really good way to come at it. I like that, Jank. Look at this train, Jake. This is a bunch of red souls grabbing onto her. She's a little extra at the wedding. but that's
Oh.
okay.
Oh, wow.
If there's gonna be a Bridezilla, it's gonna be Olivia. All right, let's look at these artifact tokens. Y'all can see it.
So wait, is that the theme of this? Is it's a big wedding?
Yeah, Crimson Vow.
Oh, I see.
Vampire
I mean, there's a lot
wedding.
of different... I got it. There's a vampire wedding going on. Got it. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of different vows that, you know, like a vow to avenge your death. You know, a
Yeah.
vow to get the work done.
A vow
that
to
I
keep
promise.
watch.
Yeah. There's a lot of different vows.
Jake's just realizing that this is a vampire wedding, so let's let that sink in.
Wedding. I got it. The groom, the bride now. Got it. I went ahead.
Get it stretched, buddy. Do that stretch.
Together.
Yeah, that's
I get
great.
it.
That's
I get
great.
it now.
So, looking at
Okay.
Voldarin Estate.
Crimson Vow.
Voldarin Estate taps to add a colorless. Voldarin Estate also taps pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color, spend it only on a vampire. And then it's got a 5 tap, create a blood token. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each vampire you control. So obviously this land is going to be an all-star in the Edgar Markov EDH deck. Because
Yeah, that'll be an instant shoe-in.
Yeah,
That's actually a really fun, desirable land.
Yeah. For that one deck, if that commander, I mean, it's going to be a guarantee for that deck, even if the commander gets reprinted. So look for special and foil versions of this. Jake doesn't drink coffee.
I don't. And McFuddy, you're just supposed to be here for the algorithm. So actually, good morning and welcome. Jake, are you already safe before 10 a.m.? I'm just waking up. I'm always safe.
Wait, this is a vampire set? Wait, this set has vampires?
That's what they're saying out there. Is there's some vampires in this set.
So a blood token is a token artifact blood. Pay 1, tap it, discard a card, sack this artifact, draw a card. So it's like a
Coffee doesn't agree with me.
cheaper clue activation, but you have to discard a card. It's a madness enabler.
Yeah, it's cool. I like this a lot.
Pitch that
This is
land.
the only thing we've seen so far that creates the blood token. I'm sure there's going to be some other stuff.
Yeah, there were some other cards and other ways to use blood tokens too. Let me see if they... No, the next thing they showed us was Soren. Was Soren's card. I mean, yeah, Soren's card. Look at that. Is Soren piercing right through your soul into your heart with those eyes?
Just show me the Soren. Just show me the cards. Okay. Soren the Mistress.
Soren the
2
Mistress.
black, 2 other for 4 loyalty. Look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card and put it into your hand. I like this. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. You know, I mean, that's fine if you build the deck all low to the ground, but that can be a real pain in the ass.
Yep. It does your favorite thing, though, with that -2, which is create instant protection for itself.
Ooh, with lifelink?
Full points.
Flying?
Full points. If
That is so good.
Hey, thank you for that subscription. We appreciate it there, Casper. Look, if
Casper on brand.
if that thing, oh yeah, absolutely. If this thing was a vampire Nighthawk, this would be one of the sickest planeswalkers to me ever. However, -2 for a 2/3 flyer lifelinker. Yeah, baby. Eat your heart out, Garrick. He creates beasts. He creates 3/3s. Soren's like,
well, I do like that.
baby,
they
my
give you
2/3s
some,
fly in lifelink.
Yeah, dude, I do love that they give you something to gain the life back that you're gonna lose. I think that this is pretty good.
Cruz,
Cost
thanks for that subscription.
has some protection, has some velocity. I mean, it has Dark Confidant built in that +1. I mean, it's just the problem with Dark Confidant is that sometimes it kills you. That's the drawback of the card. So
Yeah.
unless you're running it in like a Death Shadow variant where all your cards are like super cheap, I don't know. It's just, I mean, this is pretty good. I like this. I like 4 cost. I love that it isn't a 5 cost. I think if it were a 5 cost, it would fall short, but it looks to be well positioned. I think it's going to do well.
You think this would be OP if it was 3 cost and 3 loyalty?
Yes. I think being able to slam this down on turn 3, create a 2/3, go wide with evasion and lifelink is just, yeah, that's too much, because now they have to kill this planeswalker, they have to ace the flyer. It's just a lot. Card Shop, what's up, dude?
Kronk, thank you for that subscription. We appreciate it.
Card Shop says, I think the card is good too. Yeah, lots of subscribers popping in here. While we have some people, I'm just going to tease this, and then I'm going to talk about it at the end of the stream for anybody who's hanging out. This isn't going to be the only stream today. We actually have another stream coming up later on this evening. But we are going to be opening 2 sealed boxes of Japanese War of the Spark. This one is open, but we do have 2 sealed that we're opening tonight. We're going to be going after that foil Liliana. These boxes are from a fresh case, so we haven't hit the case mythic yet, the foil. So hopefully we do tonight. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. All right, let's keep this going.
Are you going to talk about the cool thing that's happening during the stream? I'll show a picture of it.
Yeah, we could talk about that too. There's going to be, this is our first time ever that we have an NFT.
We are partnered up with Dorkies. Dorkies is a NFT line brand. I don't know. I'll have to ask Tori exactly what the moniker is. Is it a company, a collection?
Collection.
Dorkies. Yeah. It's very cool art. We were already fans, and Tori, who's the artist, was kind enough, worked this out with Jake, to offer a Liliana NFT. And we're going to be giving these out to anybody who super chats $5 or more during the stream this evening.
That's right. And there's only 82 of these. So, yeah, this is really cool. Tori, really awesome artist, and she came up with this. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool. Giving that away later tonight in that stream. Let's keep looking at this Crimson Vow junk.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
We have got...
Oh, we have some folks that are like, I do not like NFTs.
That's fine. You don't have to like NFTs. We know that Kaya is going to be on this plane. We also know, Jake, that that we got a Thalia reprint. Guardian of Thraben.
Oh. Okay, cool.
That's interesting. Got a little first strike 9 creature spells, cost 1 more to cast. We know this card. We love this card. And then we're also getting that new showcase version of her, which honestly, the black cards and the white cards in this treatment look pretty fantastic to me. And so I am certainly
cost 1 more to cast.
Certainly a fan of this Thalia in this Eternal Night treatment. That's a pretty cool reprint.
Okay, so what is... Yeah, this is a sweet reprint.
We also saw...
I like this a lot.
Here.
Again, these the black and white, that is the theme of this set and the previous set. I really do like this a lot. I know that there were some channels talking about how that black and white is kind of lackluster. Yeah, I really like it. I mean, to each their own, right?
Jake, you were asking about blood tokens. We've got this other way that blood tokens can be created or used. So Voldaren Bloodcaster, got a black and 1 for a 2/1 flyer. When it or another non-token creature you control dies, you create a blood token. And then whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more, you transform Voldaren Bloodcaster into her other side, Bloodbat Summoner. Y'all can't see it, but that power toughness under there is 3/3. It's a flyer. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 bat flying in haste. So pretty good use of blood tokens here. If there is a blood token deck, this is definitely going to be a card in it. It's cheap to play, creates the tokens, and then turns the tokens into something cool.
I mean, look at the power level of this card, you know. I mean, 1 black, 1 other for a 2/1 flyer, and then it just has a mountain of text on it, and it flips over. Yeah, I would imagine this is going to be a staple in whatever format. I mean, honestly, it's worth it, in my opinion, just to run it. If you're running an aggro deck, why would you not run this just for the fact that you're going to generate blood tokens whenever it or another creature you control dies? You're just going to have a lot of different ways to rummage through the deck, and then, you know, convert those lands into different cards or whatever. It's just velocity. I think it's strong. Someone somewhere says they're gonna color in their black and white cards, paint by numbers, secret layer. I do like that. I think that that's a good way to go too.
So we see that Disturb is making a comeback, and we've got a very interesting legend here. Dorothy, Vengeful Victim. A blue and a white for a 4/4 flyer. When it attacks or blocks at the end of combat, you've got to sacrifice it. So it dies real quick. The MKT, thank you for that subscription. We appreciate it. Once it dies, you can recast it from your graveyard, transformed for a blue, a white, and 1. And it becomes an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, create a 4/4 white spirit creature token with flying that's tapped and attacking second at the end of combat. So, Geist of St. Aura? Aura of St. Traft?
I see what's going on. Wow. Yeah. That is interesting.
Very interesting.
This will probably do things. Even though you sacrifice it at the end of combat, I still think it'll do things. That Disturb, though, that's where it really shines. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
You're going to get an early 4/4 flyer is dope, period. And then, I mean, I don't know, Jake. Every time we see, and I feel like I see this any set, we see a seemingly good blue-white aggro card. Blue-white aggro cards never take off. But yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, Geist of St. Traft is a fantastic card that saw lots of competitive play. So it was for a different time. It's really going to be also if there's a good creature to enchant with this that's in the colors. You know, a hexproof creature.
Alex says here, I hate when you can't enjoy your creature on the battlefield. Right. Like, here's the thing is, like, so say you swing with the 4/4 and then, you know, it gets sacrificed. And then if you at least got to keep your token that you get, like maybe make the token weaker.
Yeah.
And then you get to keep it. Maybe the token is like a 2/2 that gets left behind. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I like the card now that I'm looking at it more. I just know that it's like, I don't know.
For Commander, for a Aura Commander deck, this is very good because you're going to get this out of your graveyard whenever you want it. Obviously, it gets exiled after you use it one time, so it's not like a recast over and over and over again. But it's still going to be...
Wait, what is the... Wait. Whenever this creature attacks, create a 4/4... Will you show me the power and toughness on this? I'm blocking it with my...
This is an enchantment aura. There is no power toughness on an enchantment aura.
I see. Never
the
mind.
creature has power toughness.
Read the card, Jake. Read the card.
I don't know what the power toughness of this enchantment aura is. But no, I think it's...
I hate it.
I think it's decent. I think that this will be decent Commander Aura decks. Does it take one of the 99? I don't know.
Mabes.
Gonna depend on... In Standard, I really want to see if there's anything that it can enchant that's a good target for it. I guess besides just anything. So they're returning Exploit. It's been a while since we've had an Exploit card, Jake.
It is kind of interesting, though, that you do have an enchantment that you can play from the graveyard that isn't like a Griff's Boon. It is an interesting enchantment to be able to put on something late.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it's your... Yeah, you would just... So it comes back... As your commander, you would cast it as the creature. It dies. You let it go to the graveyard and stay. Then you can cast it as the aura from the graveyard for its disturb cost. And then when it dies again... It, instead of getting exiled, would go to your commander zone. Then the commander's going to cost 4. So what's cool is the commander tax will go up and up on it. We're talking about this card here. The commander tax would go up and up on Dorothy, so she'd be 4 the second time. But I don't think that disturb cost is going to go up because you're casting that ability from the graveyard. So as your commander... Interesting, but again, I don't know if I would want her as my commander.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Exploit coming back. Been a long time. This card seems...
This card is insanely solid.
Super annoying to deal with and constructed.
Yeah, I already hate playing against it.
4 mana for a flash flying 3/3. When it
And it
exploits
has
a
the relevant
creature.
creature type.
Oh yeah, zombie horror.
It's
Counter
a flying
target
zombie,
spell.
dude.
Activated
It's
ability
literally-
or triggered ability. Plus,
We were
if you're
just talking
making,
about how zombies don't fly very often.
yeah, I mean, but you're making zombie tokens with decay from the last set, still in standard. Suddenly, you're exploiting those to counter any
Oh,
spell, any activated ability, or any triggered ability. Brutal.
yeah, that's brutal, dude.
Pretty mean.
It's very good.
Pretty mean.
Yes, and here's the thing: after you counter that spell, you have a flyer here left over that's
A 3/3 flyer
good enough to close out the game
with
I mean, if
relevant
you're
creature
playing in
type.
the right build. Yeah.
So, Jake, let's
that's
talk about
strong.
the craziest, coolest thing that we saw, in my opinion, and that's the new mechanic, Cleave.
Cleave.
You may cast this spell for its cleave cost, a green, 2 black, and 1, and if you do, you remove the words in brackets. So dig up for 1 green, sorcery speed says search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. If you cast this for 4, you can search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'm a big fan of this. Somebody suggested while we were watching the stream that this would be great for a land. But you need a casting cost. Maybe a land that you can pay a cleave cost on it, but, you know, put enters tapped in brackets.
Well, what's great about this card is that you have alternative things that you can do with it, right?
Right.
And that's what we always talk about in EDH is, you know,
Versatility.
on these cards, right?
Hell yeah.
So being able to early on, if this is your turn 1, you don't have anything to do, you know, go ahead and play your, I don't know, Overgrown Tomb and just go search for a basic card, basic land, put it in your hand, then shuffle, whatever, thins out your deck. Then later on, go grab your combo piece that you need to win. I mean, it really does. These are the kind of cards that are really attractive to me.
Yep. I like the versatility. I like the clever design here. It's very like coding. This is very like, I just like it.
Yeah, you just cleave out the brackets. I see what they're doing here.
Right.
Search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. But
So
you
we
gotta
got
do
to
that for
see
4.
got to
That's
see a
pretty
white
expensive.
mythic. Yeah, but demonic tutor I mean, what is it? What's the like classic return on mana? The art is Liliana whispering into Chandra's ear for one of the cards. I can't remember what that card's called.
Diabolic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diabolic Tutor. That seems to be the, you know, rate of return for a tutor spell. Right into your hand, any card. Obviously,
Yep.
D-Tutor and all the stuff, you know, cards from older sets are much more powerful, but it is cleaver design. That design is a little cleaver. Diabolic. Edward Davison absolutely hooking me up, and I'm not even paying attention. We got to see a white mythic, Jake, called Savior of Allenbach. 2 white, 1 other, mythic 1/2 human soldier. It's got training. New mechanic, which is whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's like backwards mentor.
Yep.
Reverse mentor. I can get behind that. Whenever it trains.
Whenever it trains.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
you go ahead.
Exile up to 1
brutal.
other target creature from the battlefield or creature card from a graveyard.
That's
Okay,
not
so
creature
that's
you
cool, some
own.
Graveyard hate.
That's not
Yeah.
creature you own.
And whenever LTBs put the exiled cards onto the battlefield under their owner's control. Okay. All right. So there you go. A little bit of a.
You can use it for yourself.
You can use it for yourself or against an opponent. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's strong at 3. Seems reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
Wedge, WEGC, I think Wedge Remington says versatility is one thing, but 1 green for a land to hand, and then Diabolic Tutor is not a good card. It's average. If you're trimming a deck, there's no way this makes it. I mean, possibly the only reason is, you know, some people do actually run Diabolic Tutor, but the reason is because it's both stapled together. That's why I think the card has some potential. But, you know, we'll see. It is in green-black, and there are a lot of different cards that search and tutor better in those colors.
This is still in standard. Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah, these will play nicely alongside each other.
It's got a higher power too, so this is a little wombo here together. I know they're both 3 costs, which kind of sucks, but if you can get these attacking together, Savior of Allenbach's going to train off of Skyclave attacking with it. And then right when it trains, you can exile Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah.
And then you've got another removal waiting for when Savior itself gets removed. Kind of cool.
Ooh. Yeah, that seems kind of brutal.
Pretty interesting little backwards mechanic there. We've already seen Crimson Bride here. It's just this is the Fang frame. I saw a card shop ask a while ago how we get these Fang frames. I don't know yet. They didn't say. We'll be doing the collector video on the set in the next couple weeks, and so we'll go through all of that.
So what does everybody think? One more time, we'll look at this card here, Olivia. I don't know, dude. I'm not sold on it. I
think it's fine.
Has me like, it could get there.
The haste is really the only thing that makes this card worth discussing in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. If
But
it didn't have haste, we wouldn't even need to talk about it.
I also do like...
Edward says I love this card.
Yeah, I like that if you do return a legendary vampire with her, freebie, baby.
Yeah.
Completely free.
We have 508 watching right now. Do you think we could get this video up to 169 likes?
Ooh, that would be cool.
We have a little bit of a way to go, under 100, but if you have enjoyed the stream, if you think you'd be back in the future for events like these, or you want to check out some of our EDH content, MTG Finance is another thing that we try to keep up with regularly. We also have some really interesting stuff coming up in the works that we have to finalize, but we have some kind of big things coming over here.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be an exciting November. I will say that. Yo, look at
that. We're already on our way to 169.
169 is what we're looking for. Look at this anime Soren. Look at this.
This is sweet.
Ayami Kojima. This is some Kojima art for you.
Yeah, and on that anime note, I am going to say one more reminder. We are opening 2 boxes of Japanese War of the Spark, going after those exclusive anime planeswalkers that only appear, again, in the Japanese product. If you want to be there, that is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. Live here, Jake and Joel, set a reminder. You'll see the event as soon as the stream ends.
You've seen this before a lot in Castlevania. This is Ayami Kojima's art. And I mean, and you can see this is just awesome stuff.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, this stuff looks so cool. It's like
another thing that's really neat is I like that they put the one red blood vial on there.
In the
it's
frame,
almost like a black and white on the one card that we're discussing.
Yeah,
there's like the one blood vial that's red, and then for the most part it's very
everybody in Ayami Kojima's worlds
monochromatic
are completely gorgeous. Men, women, angels, demon, everybody in her art style is a beautiful person, just like Soren the Mirthless.
Yeah, why not?
So look at all these variations, y'all. I heard you like variants.
I heard you like variants.
We got regular.
This is pretty sweet.
We got borderless. We got Fang frame. Fang frame.
Fang frame.
Yep. They just went with Fang frame.
Fang frame.
That's our showcase.
It's we is a very difficult sentence to start off. Where do you go after you've said it's and we? Let's go with one of these. We have come a long way since the Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation invocation variants. And at this point, I feel like we've seen it all, but I can't wait to see what they keep coming up with.
Yeah, it is a lot.
These borders anytime, all the time.
Hey, thanks for those subscriptions, Uncle Jerry, Jorge, and Dustin Carr. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, so
Yes,
we got
thanks
some variants
again.
going here. We also got to see, Jake, the commanders of the commander decks.
Yeah.
You remember?
Okay, so we get to see the commanders of the commander decks.
You
Neat.
remember how I was like, I would guess that it's going to be a spirit commander? Millicent Restless Revenant there on the right, a blue, a white, and 5 other.
And Stefan Maurer.
Streffen. Mara Progenitor. Millicent costs 1 less for each spirit you control. It's a flying 4/4. I know you can't see the power toughness under Jake there. That's on me. It's a 4/4. Please believe me. It's got flying. Millicent or another non-token spirit you control dies or deals combat damage to a player. Create a 1/1 spirit creature token. So get your spirits on the battlefield. Cast Millicent for 2 mana as an enchantment sort of thing. And then whenever your spirits are attacking that turn, of which you hopefully had 5, so you could cast Millicent for 2, you're going to deal damage with your spirits and put 5 spirits onto the battlefield. Pretty cool. Also, I got to say, I like this commander symbol a lot. 2 fangs in the commander shield. Pretty
frame.
Fang frame. Then we got Streffen.
Frame.
We figured we were going to have a vampire commander, and they didn't disappoint.
Stefan Maurer Progenitor.
Streffen.
Everybody is wanting to say Stefan. I know that.
There's an R. Streffen. Maurer Progenitor. A red, a black, a 2 for a 3/2 flying vampire noble.
Baby Streffen.
At the beginning of your end step. Such a sweet little vampire child. What shall we name it? Streffen.
Streffen.
Name it Streffen. At the beginning of your end step, create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn. So maximum 3 blood tokens at your end step. Then when it attacks, you can sack 2 blood tokens. Little vampire bite. And then if you do, you can put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, and it gains indestructible.
This is better than Olivia.
This is an excellent 99 card for your vampire deck.
Well, what's fun is I like this in like a Punisher kind of build, right? Because if
Yeah.
you build this alongside stuff like Sulfuric Vortex or something like that, then it's going to be really easy to make sure that you're generating those blood tokens, which that's the point, right?
Right. It also, but it's got to be that vampire theme, because you can only put vampire cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. And,
Right.
you know,
Right.
like,
So you could do like Punisher vampires or
Yeah.
something, but I mean, it incentivizes aggro as well. I mean, obviously the choice is to just go aggro and then just keep attacking and, you know, generate more blood tokens and then get more stuff back. I mean, yeah, it's pretty strong.
Twins of Maurer Estate. Oh man, this is creepy. Somebody just pointed this out. So these are the twins of Maurer Estate from Shadows over Innistrad. This is Streffen. Maurer Progenitor, which I'm pretty sure progenitor means the father, right? A person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant or vampire is descended or originates, an ancestor or parent. Yeah. So this is their dad. Little vampire babies. Fun little callback.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet.
Children, where are your parents? Reich, wandering monk. Last words. What that it means to me is Streffen. Streffen's in the commander deck. Plus, look at me dressed
that would
up.
make sense.
He dressed up really well. But it is a
Yeah, I
wedding.
would say so.
This is a vampire set?
That's what they are saying. That's what I've heard.
Look at this one, Jake. This one's kind of interesting. You can marry your opponent in Commander. 2 white, 2 other for an artifact. When it ETBs, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card during their turn, you draw a card. And whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring gains life during their turn, you gain that much life. Ah, Wedding Ring.
Is this brand new?
This is brand new, bruh.
Was this in the stream?
Yeah, bruh.
Oh, this was in the stream.
It's a vampire wedding set.
When wedding ring enters, I need to read it again.
When it ETBs, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. So it basically is binding you to one of your opponents. Whenever you draw a card, they draw a card. Whenever they draw a card, you draw a card.
Yeah.
And then whenever they gain life, you gain life. Whenever you gain life, they gain life.
It's very political. I like it. It's a political card.
Wait,
It's card drawn white.
how does this not go infinite? I'm missing something here. Target opponent creates a
No,
token
MTG
that's a
means
copy
magic.
of
You're
it.
correct.
So if they're creating a copy of it, whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card during their turn. During their turn. That's how it gets around it. I was like, how does this not become an infinite loop? When you draw a card, they draw a card. When they draw a card, you draw a card. But it's not an infinite loop because it says during their turn. Got him. Thank you. Yes, everybody pointing it out to me. Thank you. I got there. But thank you for your assistance. I appreciate that. This is an interesting card, though. Number one cheesiest card to give your significant other who loves MTG when you want them to marry you. Make this into a ring box and open it up.
Or a friend.
Or a friend.
That maybe you want to marry.
Zach, XRAT 3D 12th man. Nice username. And thank you for subscribing. Zach, appreciate
Or
you.
maybe a friend's wife.
Okay.
Marry a friend's wife. Like next time we're hanging out, maybe I'll marry Jennifer. Who knows?
There you go. We'll have to ask Jennifer. But actually, Wedding Ring doesn't really ask for consent.
We don't have to ask Jennifer.
Wedding Ring has no consent clause on it whatsoever.
Whoa.
Yeah, Joel, I
You're
get
in
it.
trouble now.
Read the
You're in
card.
trouble now. You're not allowed to say, you can't have a fun sense of humor, Joel. Come
I
on
was
now.
just pointing out that the card itself, I'm talking about rules text. What are y'all talking about? So,
I just have found a clause to marry anybody I want, and it exists on this card.
you just got to trick them into playing a game of Commander with you.
That's right. And then I have to never let the game end.
All right.
No, it's fun. It's
So-
fun. This is silly. It's a silly political card. I like it. It's card draw in white. That's cool.
We also got a look at the next usage of what I've been calling the Godzilla treatment and probably will forever. This is the Dracula series, Jake, where they have altered their own cards into characters from the Dracula book. And they were very specific that these are all book characters. But we're going to get Mina Harker for Thalia, Garden of Thraben. We're going to get Dracula for Sorin the Mirthless. And we've got Sisters of the Undead for Olivia Crimson Bride. I'm assuming there's more of these. Corey, what's up? Good to see you.
Here's the thing. I thought that you and I were the most mad. I didn't think that we could be more mad.
Are there going to be people who
thought-
are more mad over this? Get that
I
Dracula out of my MTG.
I thought that there was no way that we could top how mad we were. And now we're going to have to figure out a way to top that.
Check this out. Written in 1897, Bram Stoker's original Dracula novel has long since passed into the public domain. So they had to pay $0 to license this crap. We could have made these.
We could have, and here's the thing. You and I are definitely going to take some time off from the channel to finally write that Dracula movie book. I don't know.
I've already got I've got the first draft of it as both a novel and a screenplay.
Venomous Sundress getting so mad I can see it.
Oh
Today's
my
a great
goodness.
day to be mad.
MTG Gaming Bob with the super chat. Thank you, 369. Damn, that's fine. Wedding Ring plus Angelic Chorus plus Sarah Avatar. Let's take a look at this little combo that your boy Bob is sharing with us here. So yeah,
love
pretty
the
cool that they're
Godzilla.
at least going, hey, we still do those Godzilla treatments, you know? That's not bad.
no, this is neat, and this is the way to do this. I know that we were memeing about, oh, I'm so mad, but honestly, I like these cards. I think this is great. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it fits thematically. If you want to have Dracula in your deck or whatever, if you want that to be there in place of Sorin, then I mean that's sweet. Go for it.
Super sweet. Sweet like sugar.
I like this.
All right, let's look at this.
But
Angelic Chorus says, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life, or you gain life equal to its toughness. And then Sarah Avatar, of course, says power and toughness equal to your life total. Whenever it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life equal to its toughness. Yeah, I mean, it's a good life gain combo. It's not. You got to be counting
some
on
craziness going on there.
when your opponent gains life during their turn. You gain that much life. This, I guess, so if you can play creatures at instant speed. No, that's not going to work either. Because it's on their turn.
See, Wedding Ring and Almaret's Archive seems good.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, these go in a life gain deck for sure. Am I missing a combo there?
Vidalcan Orrery, yep, that's another one that comes to mind.
Mellow Mel, we appreciate that subscription. So we've got the Dracula showcase cards. I think that was. Oh, they also showed us a little bit about double feature. Oh, we got to see the land too. So in the Dracula series, they are doing that Voldaren Estate land that we liked for the Vampire Tribal deck, Jake. They're doing that
I would never be mad at Baby Godzilla. I love Baby Godzilla.
They're doing
Say that again, Joel.
They're doing the Voldaren Estate as part of the Dracula series as well as Castle Dracula, which
that's sweet.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the more
right here.
Yeah,
why not?
This is desirable, I think. This is a buy a box promo. Dracula series Castle Dracula.
I am mad.
Are you more mad or are you the most mad?
I am more mad. I'm getting to the most mad, but this does look cool. So it's hard to analyze my feelings because I am mad. I'm super mad, but no, Castle Dracula looks sweet. No, these are great. These are great. I like the theme again. If you are somebody who has an affinity for Dracula, you grew up and you love that stuff. Again, I like some of it. I'm not like hardcore into it, but I think one thing that we've realized with all these different variants is that, you know, you can kind of bling out your deck, trick out your deck how you want to do it, different ways, customize it. And I don't know. I think that what's going on with all of these different products and crossovers, it's here to stay. So it's kind of like got to just lean into it, right?
We're getting double feature next year. They went ahead and showed us some stuff on this. Gonna be both sets combined. Gonna get some midnight, whatever they're calling these treatments. We also saw, this is a first look here at Tauren's Fist of the Angels.
Yeah.
A white, a green, and one for a 2/2 human cleric. That's a 2/2 power toughness behind Jake. It's got training, meaning whenever it attacks with another creature with greater power, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And this just says straight up, whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. So it grows alongside your big attackers. The 1/1s do. This seems pretty cool. I could see this being a fun, you know, kind of low to the ground, aggro, go wide, green, white attacking deck. I specifically like that the 1/1 tokens have training, so they're going to grow every attack pretty much. If you've built it right, you're going to have a higher power creature, and you only need the one. Higher power creature can put a +1/+1 counter through training on all of the 1/1s on one attack trigger. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it could really shine in Constructed. I don't know how much I feel about it as a as a commander.
That's because it says creature on it like twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. The word creature's on it 5 times, 6 if you count the type. So it's not your kind of EDH card.
Yeah, I just like, I think of something like, I don't know, in these colors like a Shalai or a Sigarda, and they just seem so much stronger. But that's just me again. And yeah, it's green-white, so it's like my least favorite color combination ever. I'd rather play like Gaddock Teague for the memes.
By the way, we did find out at the end that Becca Scott is a vampire. I know you missed the big reveal at the end.
Oh. Okay, cool. Well, will be interesting for her moving forward and just her routine, daily routine and stuff.
Well, I mean, probably always been like that.
Yes.
This is really bad quality, but I want to see this. This is from Croaky's Twitter. Gralnock the Omnivore. A blue, a green, and 2 for a legendary frog. Here's our legendary frog, everybody. Everybody put your hands together. Give us a croak. Croaks in chat, everybody.
Legendary frog.
Oh my god, it's Stephen Croak. You put croak counters. Croaky's is memeing here. This has got to be real, right? I'm hoping this is real. Whenever a frog you control attacks, you mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into a graveyard from your library, you exile it with a croak counter on it, and you can play lands and cast spells from among cards you own in exile with croak counters on them. That seems...
It's really good.
This seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Your permanents, you're self-milling, but your permanents just become a second hand that can't be messed with?
It is from your library.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could be good.
Yeah, it's just adding a hand for you. And this is off frog you control attack, so if you can get more frogs, which is why we got to go to Scryfall. Let's see what we got so far for type frog, legal, and commander. Hey, we got 31 frogs. Let's see what the best one is. Oh, get Rog, of course. Brush Hopper, discard 2 cards from your hand, remove it from the game, return it to play. So a little blinker for 3. Froghemoth is pretty good. It's got some good text. Target creature becomes a 3/3 frog from the Omnibian. You got some options.
Yeah, Simic Self-Mill, maybe.
We're starting to get further down, though. Just look at this guy. Look at that guy. I want to play an EDH deck with that guy in it. Bloated Toad. He's pro blue, baby. That's a pro blue Toad right there. Noxious can't be in here. Plaxcaster's good.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Cycling.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
You just said that's a pro blue Toad right there.
That's a pro blue Toad,
yeah,
baby. That's a pro blue Toad. Everybody look at the pro blue Toad.
It's all right. I do like that. I do like the art here, and I would love to be able to close out a game with this. Be like,
yeah, dude.
And what did that thing just eat? Like a bowling ball?
This thing, Chub Toad? This is what bullies call me. Bullies really come at me hard with Chub Toad. I'm like, you watch out, baby. If you block me, I'm gonna get +2/+2 until end of turn. There we go.
What you're saying is that we might not have the support for Frog Tribal.
It just means that, I mean, I'm what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows down of 4, so we're 21 cards in, and we're looking at enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls get -1/-0 until end of turn. So that is not a playable commander card in 9.9 out of 10 instances, but it is a card that you have to run to make your nut in the frog deck. Make sure you've got, you know, I mean, how many cards of a single tribe, chat, answer me this. How many cards of a single tribe should you have in your commander deck to make sure that you are drawing that tribe regularly enough to get the payoffs? Because we want, with Gralnock the Omnivore, whenever a frog you control attacks.
We're probably going to need some changelings too. and
Absolutely.
stuff like. And I did see Mask with Nexus pop up in there. I
Of
think
course.
that's a good inclusion as well.
Like 25 is what, yeah, so people are saying like 25 to 30. Abyss Array, I can't agree with you more, Abyss Array. This is what I was going to say. 25 minimum. And then that's probably honestly not enough, but 25 minimum. You got 31 cards. So if we have these sorted by rarity, we go to the bottom.
Yeah, and it won't be Frog Tribal, says David. I do agree, but we're saying hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
It is a self-mill deck. That's what this commander does.
Haze Frog, a 5 mana 2/1, even though it does have flash and all it does is fog. Ugh.
Yeah. No.
I don't think so. Bushido 2 is not bad, especially on a 2/2. It becomes a 4/4 if it gets blocked, because that's what we assume is going to happen here, is that your frogs are going to get blocked. But anyway, frog tribal. Everybody, there you go. You got your commander.
Frog Tribal.
Clone it's not bad. Put a little Sakashima in here. Boom. Now we got frogs.
You do want those frogs attacking. I feel like a lot of stuff is gonna outclass your frogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Creatures can't block. Do we have this effect in blue or green? No. Let's sort by EDH rec rank. Creatures with power less than can't block creatures you control. So if we can grow Champion of Lambholt, now we're like, okay, so if we do this and then we do this, then we're doing this. Yeah, a little Helm of the Host action on Frog Tribal. We could see that. I could see that. Anyway, that's that card. Yeah, we know that everybody's going to be overreacting to Cleave. Definitely overreacting to Cleave. Let's look at Hipsters of the Coast is normally where I go after a big preview day, because they're going to have a lot of really up to the minute tweets about it, and they are not. This time they have decided not to do this. 3 hours ago was their last tweet.
Or that is just how it's going, and they released what they released, and we'll see what we see as it starts to come out.
Sigarda's
sometimes
summons.
there's a lot of follow-up stuff, and
yeah, we're
sometimes
seeing
there
some
isn't.
cards kind of leak out. I don't think they're leaks though. I think they are official. Here's a 6-cost enchantment. Creatures you control with +1+. Ugh, I'm already out. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base power, toughness, 4/4 flying, and they're angels.
Yeah, I normally like enchantments, but this is I don't care.
Yeah, it's. I get why
don't care.
it seems like the mana cost should have been low for the +1/+1 counter restriction. But I mean, this is a. We were just talking about your boy over here. Oh, she's a vampire. We got that. We were just talking about this boy, Torrent's Fist of the Angels. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you're creating 1/1s, and they have training, meaning they put +1/+1 counters on themselves if they attack with somebody with a higher power. So you drop this, drop this for 6 mana, and Commander, it's a finisher, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like everything's toughness just becomes 4/4. The counters do persist. It just it takes anything from whatever it is to a 4/4, and then the counters are there. So, I mean, it is a 6-cost enchantment. It's probably a lot better than I think it is.
This person tweeted, how this needs to be cost 6 is beyond me. I'm kind of there. I think this could be a 4-cost, 5-cost enchantment. But, again, I think it could be a finisher in the right deck if you've got a if you've got a 1/1 go wide deck that also dumps a bunch of +1/+1 counters.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's an end game. Yeah, BuzzFuzz, I get it. It's a win con. It's a win con. I mean,
BuzzFuzz says, I don't see how you don't like it. I don't know, because I don't like white green, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's good. I mean, in EDH, if you are in like white green and you are in counters, you're probably going to be able to slam this down earlier as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you have dorks in the deck. Yeah, I mean, it's probably very good. I generally do lean toward loving enchantments and artifacts. Enchantment really is the most powerful.
But
permanent
see,
type in the
that's an enchantment that has to do with creatures, so you're lower on it. Yeah, we're already seeing some stuff here. Demonic Bargain, exile the top 13 cards of your library, then search your library for a card. Whoa.
Ew. Oh, God.
Hey, dude, in
No.
the right deck, this is sick in Commander. Fill your graveyard up for Carador.
Exile.
Oh shit. It's not mill. That says exile. Oh, that's tough. Never mind.
Sam says, stop doing early streams. What's up, man?
Dude, Sam,
see ya.
good to see you. This,
Sam, we have foil quest tonight. Make sure you show up.
man, I thought this said mill the top 13 cards of your library, then search your library for a card. That would be so freaking good. Marin, Carador. But it's not. Alas, it is not. Here's Anja. Anja is the Maid of Dishonor. Aw. Maid of Dishonor. Aw.
Can you click on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can get this in the center of the screen. Oh man, it's really good quality, y'all. I'm just gonna have to do this. I'll see the name of some videos we have coming up. Secrets. Secrets are happening. Anj, Maid of Dishonor. A red and a black and two other. When Anj and or one or more other vampires enter the battlefield under your control, you create a blood token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Pay 2, sack another creature or a blood token. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So, Vampire Aristocrats card.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
2 mana sack outlet.
It's all right.
Creating the blood tokens for the vampires entering the battlefield. It's all right.
Each opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. That works well with the card we were talking about earlier that generates the blood tokens.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Little wombo-y combo-y there.
Little combo.
How about-
combo action going on.
How about this? Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. 5 mana.
Jeez.
5 mana board wipe that for 1 extra, it's pronounced Angie. I think that it looks like Ange.
Angie.
Angie sounds like my...
It is Angie.
Angie sounds like my hillbilly neighbor that I wish would make sure she's always wearing a bra when she comes out on her porch.
Now every single person named Angie that was watching the stream is no longer ever interested
Angie's
in hanging out.
Angie's, I love all you. I promise I do.
Yeah. Don't
Anya.
listen to Joel. He's wrong about that.
Oh,
we
well,
love all Angies.
Sam said it's pronounced Anya. Ange. Look, by invitation only is a great card, y'all. Are you paying enough attention to this 5 mana board wipe that gets around indestructible?
It's pretty sweet.
That gets around
Sacrifice is
regenerate.
pretty sweet.
Regenerate, indestructible, sorry.
This
Hexproof,
folds to
sorry.
tokens. This folds to tokens. I will say that.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're running this in your deck, you're running Wrath of God too.
Yeah. That's true.
Seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm only looking at the rares here. Wedding announcement. Oh, it's a flip card. Oh, it's a flip anthem. Wedding announcement. 1 white, 2 other. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on it. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Wait, hang on. At the beginning of your end step, you put an invitation counter on wedding announcement. Okay. This turn, if you attacked with 2 or more creatures, you get to draw a card. That seems very good in white. 3 mana. This seems constructed playable. 3 mana to draw 1 card if you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn. If you didn't attack with 2 or more creatures this turn and draw a card, you create a 1/1 white human creature token. And then it checks to see if it's got 3 invitation counters on it, at which point it transforms into a +1/+1. This reminds me of a saga. This is like a flip enchantment saga thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that we have an anthem here. That's neat.
I turned Jake up a little bit. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, you draw a card. So you're going to put the first invitation counter on it the first time you play it at the end of the turn. Create a 1/1. Second, put an invitation counter on it, create a 1/1. Third, attack with both your 1/1s. Draw a card, flip this. I'm trying to figure out the floor.
I'm just excited at how excited they are to be invited to the wedding, and then demeanor completely changes once they're there.
Oh, they're all coy and cool about it. They're all like, of course we were invited.
But they were like so excited. They didn't know if they were going to get the invitation at first.
Olivia sent us one. And they're like, yes, of course, my darlings.
Yeah.
She's like, can they see your abs through your shirt? And he's like, they can see the insides of my boobs. She's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
This is the cleavage couple.
It is the cleavage cut, isn't it? And there's a nice belt. It is a strong belt.
We know Dig Up. We know Olivia. We saw Storm. We saw Overcharged. And we saw Savior. That's what we got so far as rares and mythics. Let me swap back here. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't lying when I said at the beginning of the stream that these are some of my favorite streams. We only get to do them every time a new set comes out, but it is always very exciting looking at new cards. Every couple
weeks.
Yeah, so every couple of weeks we get to do one of these. I think the next one is scheduled for 6 a.m. Pacific. I think they're going to schedule the next one for 5:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah. It's good to be able to get those people that are just like becoming conscious of the day or unconscious still.
We'll just have you stay up from the night before so that after the stream you can go to bed.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I am about to go eat. I'm going to eat some food.
Oh, nice.
Move into the day. I'm going to go with... I'm going to start today off with a kale and spinach and apple, banana, pear, pineapple, peanut butter, and chia seed smoothie. And it will be delicious. And hopefully it will get me through the day in a big way. Because we know that in Foil Quest later, I'm going to be drinking a lot of Pacifico with lime.
This is going to be an interesting day for you nutritionally because it's going to start at fantastic and really go to shit over the course of the entire day.
That's right. That's right. So I'm going to try to get some exercise in, go outside, do some nice breathing. And then, yeah, I already see some folks talking about Foil Quest. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it. This isn't the only stream today. Later on tonight, I'm going to be hosting an episode of Foil Quest where we will be opening 2 boxes of Japanese War of the Spark, looking for that beautiful alternate art foil Liliana, again, sponsored by NFT Tori. And she's going to be giving out a fun little NFT that you can see here.
Lily Dork coins.
Super chat. Yeah, it's really cute. This is the first time that we've ever done this, and it was something that she was passionate about, and she reached out, and I was like, yeah, that can be really fun. So again, stop by for that. But yeah, let's close out the Crimson Vow here. Yeah, Joel, how do you feel about it?
I'm ready for a new set, man. I'm always ready for a new set. I am eager to see what Edgar Markov's price does once it's fully confirmed that we don't have a reprint of that card coming in any form, which I feel like they would have already been like, yo, by the way, look at this in that video. So I am sure that Edgar Markov's now are about to start absolutely cranking.
Yeah.
As far as price.
Card Shop says, happy Halloween, y'all, this weekend. Happy Halloween to you. Dustin Burns says, Foil Amano. I hope that we see it tonight. Keto Investor, new dual lands are great. I'm happy that some folks like them again. We're kind of medium on those. We appreciate everybody hanging out. Obi, thanks for hanging out. Venomous says, peace, y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Christopher Snyder been listening and working. That's cool. Just catching up with folks here.
Jake, look at this. This was 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, that is one that I never, ever regret picking up. I remember picking up one of those sealed Vampiric Bloodlusts for like $30 at a Target. I was like, I didn't get that one, and it has sat sealed forever. So I have one English sealed of that commander deck that I've never opened, and it just to the moon, baby. That one just keeps on cranking.
Yeah, just the card itself. The deck is selling for 200s. Like this says custom deck, so this one sold for 175 all in landed, but it includes the Edgar.
Yeah.
New sealed completed 278 plus $18 shipping. Can't you fit this in a small flat rate? I'm not sure of the thickness of the. I bet you can't fit these in a small flat rate.
No.
And they're gonna want it
needs to be
sealed if
bigger.
they buy it sealed. So yeah, that 18 bucks for shipping, that makes sense.
Yeah, it needs to be medium flat rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see just like those commander products over time, man. Ooh, they do so well. Most of them do really well.
This card or this deck would be good for a 15-second finance check.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Edgar Markov going to the moon. That might be a good spot that we can go in the next couple days with the sketch. Bobby Z says, don't FOMO out on Edgar. He'll probably get an etch treatment in Commander Legends too.
Very likely.
I think that could be a thing. And then I also think that we could see a secret lair. Like that's the kind of thing, a secret lair. I know I always pronounce that poorly. I don't know what it is about me saying lair versus layer, but I can't get it together. But yeah, I do think that we could see, a vampire secret lair in the future that just features some of the favorites. You could just put Edgar in there and then a freaking pulse tracker and a blood artist on the other side, and everybody would be stoked.
Yeah, I think that a secret layer is possible. Do we have another super drop coming this year? We'll probably get a Christmas one, right? What has been the release? What has been the release schedule on those? Is October super drop going to be our last one? Because you would have expected to see it in this secret layer, I think, for it to line up.
Oh, Corey G says, totally, but Gavin regrets making Edgar. Eminence was too strong.
Eminence was very strong.
I remember playing against that Edgar deck right out the gate, and that deck was just nuts, man. It really was just very strong as is. And Joel's one of these guys that over the years has accumulated these commander decks and likes to keep them in their original form so that you can play them out of the box the way that they were. He tweaks some of them. I think you tweaked Edgar a little bit, if I recall correctly.
Edgar's one that, honestly, it's just like a get the Edgar deck and put your best vampires in it. And so it's one that I have marked, and I save all the original pre-con cards that I've taken out. But I have swapped in some of the stronger vampires for some of the weaker vampires that I already had in my collection. But it is one that I keep marked. But yeah, I do like to do that. I did open it because I wanted to play with it. I remember us getting those. We all picked a tribe. I don't know how I ended up with the vampire one, but it definitely was one of the wildest, strongest.
Dude, that deck, Aboro, like both of those have aged really, really well, like fine wine.
The cat deck is pretty good too, man. Eminence is just a really strong ability, and all that gives is +3/+3 to one cat at the beginning of combat on your turn in Eminence, but turns out that can be really strong.
Baby. Yeah. Big Fuddy says, later fellas, we appreciate you so much hanging out.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people fall off. We appreciate y'all hanging out, y'all. These, like I said, this is super exciting. Jake, looking at kind of the secret layer schedule here, we had April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So there's possibility that we get, right now that seems like they're going every other month with these super drops. And so it's very possible that we get a December super drop that's like a New Year thing, and we could get some Vampire Commander in that possibly. But I think I also really like the idea of, in the first Commander Legends, they did the etch treatments on all the partner commanders. I wonder if in the second Commander Legends, they lean harder into like 3 and 4 color. I don't know. That's tough because they've got to balance it as a draftable experience.
Right.
But all of the commanders from Commander Precons in the set as etched. I like that idea. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, that would be neat.
But you're reprinting a lot of Eminence.
But yeah, for sure, don't FOMO out. But Yeah, I mean, especially when you have designers that are admitting that they made mistakes on certain cards, that points to me either at they want to ban it in the future, possibly, or it's not high up on the reprint list. So, yeah, that is interesting that Edgar is headed to a Hundy. That's pretty nuts. I do think it could be the kind of thing where it pops up on on the list. Just because if you want to put more in circulation and not ban it, I mean, it kind of feels to me like you have to choose one or the other. I mean, I don't know. Just my thoughts.
Yeah, I think that Edgar's going to be a Hundy for sure, especially if we don't get confirmation in the next couple of days of a reprint or not. And at this point, I'm not sure where they would reprint it.
Yeah, and Edgar isn't the only good vampire card that came out of that deck. That deck has a lot of gas in it.
Sorted by price, we got to get Twilight Pro. I mean, it's these Ixalan ones, man. You can't. This is a character from Ixalan and a vampire with an Ixalan keyword. It has to be a secret lair.
Yeah.
It has to be a secret lair. We already talked about this in the video, but Bloodline Keeper, Patron of the Vein, those are possible reprints. Nirkana Revenant, much less possible, but just because Nirkana's a Zendikar thing. Kalidas is a Zendikar character. Bloodghast, we could see Bloodcast. Well, no, Bloodghast has landfall trigger ability, so unlikely that gets reprinted in this either.
That it would be fine to reprint Bloodline Keeper. I wouldn't be surprised if that pops up in here. I think this would be a good spot to do it. You know, they've already shown us flip cards. So I think that would be a fine spot to reprint it. It could just be in this standard set.
I see people saying a lot that we have an Edgar. We've got the Edgar Judge card, and I know, but you can't count this as a reprint, y'all. This isn't a reprint. This is creating a more exclusive, expensive version of a card that's already expensive and exclusive.
Yeah, 100%. I think it would be cool if Edgar Markov popped up in collector boosters as like a chase reprint in an even more exclusive, even more expensive version.
Yeah, we could see it as as collector booster exclusive Fang frames.
Yeah, I think Fang frame would probably be a really good spot for it. That's kind of like where my gut is telling me it could live. But
$11 on Olivia.
Everybody, like, thank you so much today for hanging out. If you have enjoyed the stream, click like and subscribe. I'd like to let people know that. And if you do want to get involved on a deeper level, head on over to Patreon. That's a great spot to do it. And get involved at any level. Again, we also have some cool stuff brewing that we're not really going to talk about here, but like
can't quite yet.
Not quite yet. But it is going to be fun moving forward in the next few weeks or so. There's going to be some fun stuff, and you will want to look out if you haven't joined the Patreon by then. But yeah, anyway.
Join our Discord. I just dropped the Discord link in the chat box. And also, yeah, Jake and I want to make this our full-time job. We'd love to do these streams every freaking day if we could. And you can help us do that by joining our Patreon. That helps more than you can know. Jake, I think I'm tapped out for the Crimson Vow. Wait, this is a vampire set? Preview stream.
It's like a vampire wedding. So now at the design table, they said, well, we haven't successfully done a wedding yet. And so we're going to make a whole theme around a wedding. There will be a wedding ring. There will be invitations. And what I have learned from Wedding Ring today is that as long as you have a ring, they have to marry you. You cannot get around it. As long as the ring is there and you have it to put upon their finger, they have to marry you. It doesn't matter who they are.
I do think that's the lesson.
Figure it out. Yeah, that's what I've learned. That was my biggest takeaway today.
Wedding invitation.
Yeah, a lot of usual suspects hanging out in chat. MTG Gaming Bob, you better be there tonight. We need you with the White Claw, brother.
Oh my God.
Without the White Claw, you don't have to have the White Claw.
Just look at this art and this creature type real fast. Rot-Tide Gargantua. It's a zombie kraken. Sweet mother of pearl. It's got goats
Ooh.
in it. Look at this. Is that goat like impaled? I can't see because the art's low res. Oh yeah.
All right, so what this tells me is this Kraken was sleeping a little bit too close to the shore,
Seriously.
and some zombie just got in the most epic tiny bite that just...
Or it died and
man.
Liliana was like, I can feel your death presence. I will turn you into my
Kraken-
servant.
Dude, this Kraken should have never, ever been bitten. There's no way this Kraken should be a zombie. unless, of course, it's the way you're saying, like, it got resurrected. Then maybe.
All right, everybody. We're going to work on our fan theories on Rottide Gargantua's backstory, and we're going to get back to you.
Yeah.
Love you all.
That
Mean
might
it.
be...
Go join our Discord. Go check out our Patreon. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you back here at
6 p.m. Pacific Standard for 2 boxes of Japanese War of the Spark, and Tori is going on the quest. These are boxes 3 and 4 of a sealed Japanese War of the Spark case. This is episode 30 tonight. Episode 30.
Crazy.
So if you want to stick around for these, see more boxes get opened on the channel, make sure that you're subscribed. That's going to be a fun time. I will see you, specifically me, in just about 7 hours. I will be online back, and we will be streaming.
Remember that a $5 super chat in tonight's Liliana Amano search foil quest is going to get you an exclusive Lily Dork coin NFT. You got
That's right.
82
And the
of
way
these.
And in the Discord, there are very specific instructions, but you will need a MetaMask wallet, and you will need an OpenSea account, and you will need your public address off your OpenSea account in order to receive this. But it's as easy as that. Tori's just going to drop it off to you, and it's going to be a whole fun time. So anyway, yeah, I hope to see some folks tonight. This has been a really fun stream. Joel, thanks for kicking it off early.
Everybody, bye. Bye. Happy Thursday.
It's time.
It's not time yet. Soon time. Not quite time.
Maybe later.
Catch y'all later.
It will be later.
Bye.
It will be later.
Bye. Wave.
All right.
Wave.
See you later.
Wave to him, Jake. Wave to him, Jake.
I'm going to wink.